Long-time viewers of this channel will know that I've spoken about the SAG AFTRA voice actors strike many times, and now we have some statements from David Hayter and Jennifer Hale, some of the best-known voice actors currently in the industry. Now, of course, the SAG AFTRA voice actor strike is about numerous things. You know, some of it is to do with pay and potential royalties and all that sort of thing, but most of it seems to be centered around health and safety and working conditions. For example, they're asking for the fact that voice actors shouldn't be asked to do high-intensity voice work such as shouting, screaming, any other such noises that might put a strain on your voice for more than 2 hours. Because obviously if you're shouting for hours on end, that could damage your voice, and when your voice is your livelihood, you can kind of see the issue. Now, both Hayter and Hale spoke to CBC News about why the voice actors strike is actually taking place. Hayter says that most intense line readings are typically done in, quote, one horrific day after other lines have been completed, and he said, quote, one time I actually threw up on the mic because I had to make a bunch of vomiting sounds in a row. Whereas Hale said, quote, it's the equivalent of a 4-hour one-person show, so that's very demanding, especially when a lot of it is battle-oriented, and it's all screaming and you go like this. I've got a friend right now who's undergoing vocal surgery and will not be able to work for months. Now, to be honest, even the 2-hour limit seems generous. I would say that it even needs to be cut down from that based on some other comments. From Elias to Faye, whose name I probably just mispronounced, but I'll do my best. He's best known for Adam Jensen in Deus Ex, and he said that even after 2 hours of hollering, quote, your voice is dead. So you can kind of see the issue here. A lot of people have been focusing on the money side of it, but it's not really about that as far as I understand. Of course, you know, they all want better pay, who doesn't? But I think the main concern is that they are blowing out their voices, they're losing their voices. As I said, someone that Jennifer knows is getting vocal surgery done and won't be able to work for months. And, you know, all of it is very intense work. It is acting turned up to 11, because acting is extremely difficult. I couldn't act. I can't act to save my life. But when you're doing voice acting, you are containing, you know, inflection, anything. You know, an actor has body language, the way they're standing, where their hands are, how they're expressing themselves physically with their body. They've got their facial expressions, obviously, and the way their voice sounds. The voice actor has only one of those things to convey this really the same amount of emotion. And when it's really good voice acting, you can tell. And it really makes an impact on the game. So while I think that some of the things that SAG AFTRA are asking for are a tad on the unreasonable side, I would say that asking for better working conditions and better safety when doing motion capture, making sure there's a stunt coordinator on hand for those sort of things, and making sure they aren't doing high intensity work like shouting, screaming, vomiting, etc. for long periods to the point where it could damage their voice, I would say that's more than reasonable. As I've said many times, you know, someone like myself, I lose my voice, I can't create, it's that simple. So I can definitely empathise, although I am not a voice actor, no. I could maybe do those things where it's like at a galaxy far, far away kind of intro things, but I couldn't actually do any real voice acting because, well, it's really difficult and I've not had any training, so. Regardless of all that, that's a bit of an update on that whole situation, giving a bit of perspective from two very experienced voice actors in the industry. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.